What's next, Jeff? Go ahead.
Well, we got some huge and monumental news here. Glenn, I know you like me to send you Billy's show to watch over the weekend, but you might not have time this weekend because Chad from the Two-Man Power Trip, from our own Triple Threat podcast with Shane Douglas, and myself are returning to Get My Go this weekend. So make sure to catch that episode, guys.
Why did you edit that out? Make sure you edit that out, Vince.
I thought they were pulling the plug on Get My Go.
No, where'd you hear that?
They're still making fun of the same guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Francine, I can tell you something funny. So Jay is a big fan of a certain show that I have done multiple appearances on that we have promoted on here inadvertently.
Get My Go?
Get My Go, baby.
Go, yeah.
It's the only show he was ever a guest on. So how did I know that?
Stop. That's not true. It's the best show I've ever been a guest on.
But more than that is Jeff Lane's numbers are doing more than anybody on his shoot on the fake Christian preacher from the Get My Go heat. So it's hot takes on Thanksgiving all the way around. You got all the big ratings.
And he just walks away. And Lane Smith gives a look to Theo like, oh, he got your goat. And it's like, oh, did you forget 2 seconds ago? When
on this show, we say he got your go.
Oh.
So always remember that.
Why?
Making fun of this shitty podcaster.
What makes that show so great, Jay? Sell me on it.
Okay, so the guy that they make fun of, it just says a lot of ridiculous, entertaining things. Well, they're entertaining because they're ridiculous. And
I like that.
What a weird subject. Anyways, on to the email. Man, I must be drugged out of my gore. That's the only way to explain my monumental dickheadery when I shore up the topic to the man who thinks wrestling is real there, man. Speaking of which, do you know what really gets my go? Why it's go that my gets got with. Speaking of my got go, I hear it's the show sweeping the nation on YouTube. It's hosted by Mr. Mike D'Urbano and my best friend in life and in the bedroom. Whoops, did I say that out loud? Well, anyways, I'm talking about the great Husey. Hello. Thanks. Cousin Marky Mark. And no, I'm not Mark E. Mark. I'm his cousin Mark E. Mark. Hopefully that cleared that up for you.
Yeah, that show's got itself quite the cult following now.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Get My Go. Before we started recording, Rich was telling me how he heard people in the MLW locker room discussing the show and how much they enjoyed it.
Yes. Yep.
Can't give any names, but it's sweeping the wrestling world.
It is.
Oh, he's got orange wrist tape too, Taz. Really getting your goat.
I remember the episode Chad was on. He was promoting a podcast with Dan Severn, and he was going to do all these things with Vampiro and another guy.
John Arezzi, JJ Dillon, Francine.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah, remember I told you last week. He said he that you should dump me and go with him when we went to the branch.
Right.
Okay.
None of that happened.
No.
Not even close. And this guy thinks he's the shit, right? It's such a laugh.
I need to go on this show, I think.
Oh my God, that would be great.
And of course, this weekend, guys, catch me on the Get My Go show. Chad from Shane's Triple Threat podcast will be joining me, Joe Feeney, and Mike Durband, and they're going to debut the new theme song, which I've heard, and it's tremendous. The new Get My Go theme song. Durbin plays the music, and the lyrics are quotes of this guy, the John guy's quotes make up the song. Dude, my favorite quote. This guy really said this about podcasting. I don't do this because I love it. I mean, I love it, and that's why I do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, get strapped in. We're about to have some fun. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and go.
Hello and welcome to the Two-Man Power Trip of Wrestling. I am your host, JP John Paz, and with us today is a host, a producer, an editor, a musician, of course, the man behind the Mike Durbin Show and Get My Go. He is, of course, Mr. Mike Durbin. Welcome to the Two-Man Power Trip of Wrestling.
The Eagles really get my go. Well, okay. You go get that go.
Now, since we're talking about it, I got to ask you about it. Of course, talking about Get My Go. But this show, which is about John Wanglin and his show, aren't you going to make him more popular by keep bringing him up and keep? Is that a theory, or maybe I'm crazy, or is it a fear?
That's what Vince said to us last night. He told me and Joe that on his Twitch. He's like, you're giving the guy the rub, kind of. You're
free publicity,
yeah. You're making him known to people who wouldn't ordinarily. He's like, nobody will know who this guy is, but you guys are making him a name. That's fine. His shows are so terrible. Everything that he does is so bad that there may be 0.001% of people that check out his show because they heard it on ours that will actually enjoy it and be like, okay, I'll subscribe to him. I like his stuff. I'm going to listen to it. His show, it's those shits. It's awful. Every show that he's done like 400 shows. If you look on his feed,
oh my God,
they're awful. They're the worst podcasts ever. But I'm telling you that this guy is the bottom of the barrel. He is the fucking worst of all time. No, we're not worried about that at all.
Get My Go comes out every Saturday on video on YouTube. There's going to be an audio version soon as well. The last 2 weeks featured Jeff Lane from The Brand and Chad from which makes Vince unhappy to no end, I'm sure. And Chad from the Two Man Power Trip was on Get My Go the last couple of weeks.
He's the only person that's done 400 of something, and instead of getting better, he's gotten progressively worse.
One edge causes another edge. So when somebody sees somebody popping off, it gets someone else fired up. And Durban comes in like a house of fire. So soothing, but a house of fire nonetheless.
You guys have no idea that I got to deal with your freaking show at 10 o'clock on a freaking Saturday night, bro. Serious. I'm being dead serious now, bro. Like, I'm literally laying in bed with my wife, hearing about you and how, you since you're a brand member, the things that you say are a representation. Bro, do you think I want to deal with that shit, Mike, on a Saturday night? Seriously?
Well, you obviously booked a show and you brought Hugely on, and then the cast of Get My Go showed up. And
I brought everybody on. I made sure that shit happened. I had to make sure that shit happened because when shit goes off the rails, Ocho's the guy that can improvise.
That proves to you you're dealing with a fucking child, and you need to cut this person. I'm not going to say his name. We all know the fucking guy's name. You need to cut off all ties with this motherfucker. Do you understand me? Fuck this guy, dude.
But how great was Durbin, man? How great was Durbin last night? I like that. I like that side of him.
I'm saying right now to everybody, and I'm going to post this everywhere on all social media, everywhere. Vince Russo has nothing to do with Get My Go. He never did from the beginning. Nothing. He's never endorsed it. So you two fucking crybabies listening to me right now, stop fucking emailing Vince. Do you understand me, you fucking morons? Disco Inferno is always telling us that we should do like the Alyssa Milano podcast and, criticize some real liberal stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd love to do that too. But the thing is, John won't fucking stop putting episodes out. I'm like, dude, please fucking give it a rest. Just die. Just go somewhere and stop.
And then Get My Go this week will feature Rad Rob from the Rad Turtles podcast.
Who?
He was formerly on the old
Rad
network.
Turtles, like the Ninja Turtles. Remember that they were rad?
Yeah. Well, I think that's where it came from. But he's got Ben Hameen this week. He's had some good guests. He'll be on Get My Go, and then of course you have the Aussie guy Dean Broso coming to you on Get My Go. He was he also podcasted with those guys before. He's the improvisational comedian,
and he's got these new guys on there. John does. He's got these new, like, he's really into young men, and like he had like a teenage boy on there. Yeah, very strange stuff. I don't know where he finds these people, but
bro, you got a star-studded lineup, all right? Joe Tingle and this guy, what's his name?
Dean, the Aussie guy.
It's like,
listen, if
bro,
I
go
have
to the track, it's like going to the horse track.
Jeff Lane, Chad from the Two Man Power Trip,
Rad the Turtle.
Rad Turtle.
It's like going to the horse track, and it's like you go to the buddy, your buddy meets us, and you come to the track and say, hey, I've already made your bets for you. You got all the tickets. It's like, how come all my horses are like 20 and 30 to 1? It's like,
and one more thing, I'd like to invite you on Get My Go. You seem like the nicest guy. I don't know if you have any. Do you have a mean side to you? Can you cut promos on people?
Oh yeah, don't.
Okay.
don't ask my wife because she knows all about it.
We'll bring you on. We'd love to have you on.
All right.
We can rip on Chris Martin for tagging you in every post that he makes.
I'd love
to cut a promo on him and just ask him, why do you tag me on everything? I don't need to be tagged in the inspired quote of the day. I don't need to be tagged when your new episode comes out. Leave me alone. I know it's annoying because he used to do it to me, and thank God that stopped. So
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, before we get into the inspired show this week, I just want to say something very special real quick, and that is to one of my best friends, my brother, Mr. John Wangland, Mr. Johnny Podcasting. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you so much for not doubting me. Thank you so much for actually giving a damn to call me. Thank you so much for giving a shit to check up on me. And guess what? You are a true friend. You are a true amigo. And thank you. I greatly appreciate it more than you realize. And to everybody out there that wants to run their mouth, that wants to troll me, and that wants to spit negativity and claim that I'm full of it, you can kiss my ass. Because I am true to the core. There ain't nothing fake about me. And for anybody to doubt that for a second, you can kiss my ass. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. And let the show begin.
Vince, did you know that guy, Chris Martin, faked having cancer?
I know, bro. Can I tell you guys something seriously?
PPS, Joe, the Get My Go plugs really get my go.
All right, well, just for any mention of it.
King Walsh is going to be, and he's suspended for a week from the mailbag.
I think Get My Go references has been suspended from the brand, actually. So you're not
Vince is going all in on that too. He says he doesn't want Jeff just promoting that crap.
Oh my God!
So
did you watch the show? Did you watch their show?
He's tired of hearing about it. The people that we make fun of email him and DM.
Yeah,
him
let me say this. So let me let me tell you what they are. The biggest MB PNB drama queens. Because like I'm sure that they're filling up your emails, like complaining about shows. Somebody said this, bro. How many snowflakes do you have in the brand? Because I guarantee you, your fans email you to complain a lot, don't they?
Bro, Saturday night, I'm laying in bed with my wife. And I am getting seriously, I'm getting DMs about how a certain somebody is canceling his subscription with the brand because of Get My Go. And I'm like, what the frig do I have to do with Get My Go? If anybody wants to cancel their brand subscription, cancel your subscription. Mike Durbin just subscribed with Prime for the 22nd month. And yet, yes, Mike, I had to hear all about you last night in bed with my wife at about 10 o'clock at night, Mike. Yes.
Mike was in bed with your wife?
Yes, Mike, you were part of that conversation because, Mike, I need to control everything. Now that Mike just subscribed to Twitch, now, therefore, I should be able to control and be responsible for everything Mike Durbin says and does because he just signed up to Twitch.
Did you know that the back injury on Chris Martin was fake the whole time?
I don't know that.
No, it's they took advantage of your generosity is the problem, and that's why we're out for blood.
All right, Yuzi, bro. Let me go so I can wrap this up with Ojo, my friend. All right. Take care, bro.
Thanks, Yuzi. Get My Go.
Take care. See, bro, now I swear to God, I'm going to get another email because he just came on this show and talked about Get My Go. So I'm going to get an email about that. What does what Mike Durbin says have to freaking do with me? What do they have to do with me? Mike Durbin is free to say whatever the frig he wants to say.
But no, Get My Go is a fantastic show. Durbin is out of his mind right now with his editing skill. Like, I got to send you a link. He made a new song for Get My Go. Did you hear it? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's, oh, man.
Send him the link. I don't understand this with this individual. If this freaking show is bothering you so much, why do you keep listening to the show, bro? It would be like me tuning into Cornette's show every day to hear Jim Cornette cut promos on me. Why the frig would you listen to a show that's bothering you that much? Don't listen to the freaking show. Like, seriously, bro, don't listen to the show.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell
Brand,
you
yeah.
this, Conan. I don't know what happened, but for some reason, I go on YouTube where there's a YouTube live going on, and it's Russo, and he's got Durbin and Joe on. Okay, and they're talking about problems that they're having with the Get My Go show, or so they're one of the guys.
Well, I went.
Explain that clip that I saw. Joe, what you guys were discussing.
So
Joe.
Durbin's a hothead. Yuzi's crazy. Joe, I consider you a very level-headed guy.
Well, so then you don't know him then.
I know, Joe. I know.
Trust
Joe.
me.
I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from.
We
Okay?
do.
Wait, no, hear me out, Mike.
There's no way in hell they should be bothering you about it. I would have to agree with some of the guys in the chat room that I saw, or Mike. You got to cut these guys loose, or they're never gonna. Yeah, they're never gonna leave you alone. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your problem. It's not your responsibility. And in no way should they be bothering you in your personal time on the weekend.
But see, Mike, but Joe, that's what I'm telling. And I hear. Listen, bro. Trust me, bro. I know these guys aren't freaking innocent because I know I was their target and I said nothing about these guys. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. And I know this one guy, bro, I've never listened to the one guy's show ever. And I know the one guy went off on me. I've never said one thing about this guy. But, bro, it just gets to the point where how many times can I say, bro, don't listen to the show. Like if the show is affecting you that much, why are you listening? That's insanity to me.
In no way is that the case. Are we being bullies or anything like that? We're only taking his own words and Chris's own words, and then we kind of make fun of them.
See, I get lumped in because Jeff appears on your show.
Right.
So okay, so now I'm in. Jeff Lane is 42 effing years old. You think I'm going to tell Jeff Lane what shows Jeff, you can go on this show, you can't go on this show, you can go on. I don't give a shit what show Jeff Lane wants to go on. But listen, I just saw a little ad for you guys. You're doing your 25th show. That's a lot of shows, bro. A commitment has been made. The show is popular. The show does have traction. Bro, I think you're giving this guy more publicity than this guy would ever be able to get on his own. I think your show gets this guy 3 or 4 more times the publicity he would get without your show. You're literally putting him over and promoting that show because they'll listen to your show and then turn around. Well, what the heck these guys are making fun of? This is pretty funny. And then they'll go listen to the guy's show.
That's okay because it's not getting them anywhere. They have 0 sponsors. They're hanging by a thread. They might as well just quit. Whether they get 10 or 15 extra downloads because we did a show on them that week, it's doing them no good monetarily. People are only listening to submit clips to us. That's why they listen. I'm telling you, it can't be more than 10 or 15 people. So again, Vince Russo has nothing to do with Get My Go. Never did. It wasn't. He had nothing to do with it. So whoever you are, you know who you are. Stop emailing the man. Leave him alone. The fact that you do that now, that's going to make us even more motivated. When you call Pro Wrestling Tees and you try and get my store canceled because you claim that I was stealing your. Vince, he said I stole his copyright. He had the Punisher logo in his logo. Okay, and then he tried to get my Pro Wrestling Tees store shut down because I was bullying him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to go deal with them. See, it's because he tried to get the audio episode taken down. The first episode, it wasn't even called Get My Go, but he tried to get it taken off Spreaker and tried to get us kicked off Spreaker. That's what made it go to YouTube. And now, John, it's even bigger than you've ever imagined, dude. And it's all your fucking fault. The more you push at me and you try and get shit taken away from us, from me, from Joe, from Husey, from whoever, the more you email Vince and you fucking bother him, dude, it's going to return upon you tenfold. I've warned you guys so many times, man. Just fucking no sell it, lay down, go away and die, man. You guys are so fucking done. Leave this man alone, dude.
It's like
Leave
a
him
Sopranos
alone.
episode here, Vinny.
Well, this one guy was cutting all these shows about me. I guess he does a show where he makes fun of me and my bro.
No, dude, it's not making fun, dude. It's fucking hard shit. It's calling you fake Christian.
I've never heard one episode of that dude's show. And why would I waste my time listening to that? That's what I don't understand. This is why, guys, you got to be very careful because we don't know these people.
Oh, we do though. We know them.
I feel like at this point we kind of know who we're dealing with in that, as far as the show goes and the targets, because we've already seen a lot of their attempts to try to do this, to try to do that, to try to get us, to try to call us racist, to try to get us kicked off networks, to screw with Mike's t-shirt store. Like, we know his moves. He hasn't surprised us. You know, that's what I would say about that. There's nothing left in the chamber.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, since you're on here, go ahead, promote everything that you're doing, Joe. Let everybody know, and you too, Mike. Go ahead.
Let everybody know about Get My Go.
We just did a 30-minute commercial for Get My Go. So thank you, Vince.
Yeah,
thank you.
See, that's the thing, bro. This is where the shame of it is. This was a great, entertaining piece of business for the hour and a half that we've been on, bro. Now I got to go to Twitch and I've got to delete this show from Twitch, and now I got to delete it from. Yeah, I do, bro, because of I know what we're dealing with.
If you were to sit and watch one episode, you will realize it's not what these two fucking crybabies say it is. It's 99% comedy. You know, we don't try to be like Castrating the Marks at all, but like Jeff said, it's in the same vein. It's comedy. We take their words and play them, and then we commentate on them. Like, how is that bullying, or how is that, mean?
And
I've said this many times, guys. You know, I don't know what it is about the professional wrestling business, bro, but a lot of people don't have a sense of humor, man.
No, these two guys do not.
Yeah.
If they're putting out the shit that they put out, dude, go look at their feed. Like, go look at the shit that they put out. It's garbage, man. It's got no place anywhere. Nobody listens to it.
Mike, thanks for coming on here and stating the case, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So again, I just want to say one more time to you two imbeciles, Vince has nothing to do with our show. And it's because of shit like this that you do, that you bothered the man at 10 p.m. last night. I'm going to do 25 more episodes for that reason alone. So,
So you have nothing. I said it a million times. He has nothing to do with it.
Well, you know what? This is for Vince Russo for having you and Durbin on.
Because I'd be remiss before we say goodbye, just to briefly cover. I'm not sure if it'll make the cold opening or not, but we have to just mention briefly Get My Go. Jeff, you and I share a kinship on Get My Go. The two of us really bringing together, I think, the nucleus of what Get My Go has become, but nonetheless, the legend growing single week.
Yeah, I thought it was cool we got to be on the episodes together. What's weird is we all have this path that led to the show in different directions. You met the guy totally unrelated to anything else. Feeney worked with the guy. I went on his show and got into it with him because he ended up, turning on us. It's like everybody had their own path, like a triangle, just like merging, like a Triforce, like all coming together over this same guy with completely different paths. It's very weird. The fact that you met him and stuff, that was my favorite story, listening to that stuff, man.
I still shake my head at how much, like you said, everybody's got their own pathway to this nut job. And then the other little minions too that have come across the rest of the crew as well. It's an interesting little thing, but nonetheless, a little small part of happiness that you get every single week when you hear that little filmation beginning there at the start of Get My Go. So a little shout out to the boys here on New Generation Declassified. So Jeff,
the next one is from Willie McRibber. Okay,
that's
subject is best friends. Hey guys, thanks for the awesome show each week. Day one listener, huge fan of the show. I like how you don't cast light on people that don't deserve it and always shore up the topic with great insight. There's no monumental dickheadery like other shows produce. Have to compliment Disco on the great nutrition and fitness advice over the years. You know what you were talking about? My personal results prove it. You are also the only reason I pay for the brand and Russo's Patreon. So hopefully he compensates you appropriately because I'm not the only one who feels that way. You should create a show yourself and castrate some bros. I would bet that would get 32 million downloads easy. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you consider your best friend in wrestling? Who would you consider a great good friend? Thanks, Willie McRibber, HFCE. P.S. JoJo's Halloween party on YouTube was tremendous.
And I was involved over the weekend, contacted by a certain person, really upset with this podcast and the stuff the people on this podcast were saying about them, and they were being hateful and they were being bullying, and, Vince, their brand members. I cannot be responsible for the actions of others. I'm not them. It was funny because the person who was writing to me kind of brought this upon themselves in many ways, because basically certain brand members were defending me because this same person and some of the people this person is in business with had some really mean and rotten things to say about me.
And we don't speak in a negative manner to bring people down. We speak and we call people out to open up their eyes. So there's a difference, okay? Because we're not like certain people, bro, that like to pawn people and scam people out of their money. And straight up, we're not going to do that with you guys. We just want you to sit back, relax. We don't want to take your money. We don't want to pour mouth you. We want you to be inspired. We want you to be entertained, and we want you to love and hear what we got to say.
And they had a lot of mean and rotten things to say about me after I tried to help them. But these individuals went after me for whatever reason, said some really mean-spirited things, questioning my Christianity. I'm a fake Christian. And brand members took up for me. So that's how the whole thing started. And now it's a whole big to-do. Please keep me out of this.
I was called out last week, and you know who it is. The reason I'm not going to say this person's name is because what I really need you to do is pay attention to the message. I don't know who this person is. I met him. We tried something. And I really feel like the way he went about it behind my back, it was so uncalled for. But you know what? I want to say thank you. And I know you're listening because you're a mark for yourself and you've just been waiting all week to hear me talk about you, which is why I'm not going to say your name. Because this isn't about giving you a little bit of love, son. This is about trying to help you out. Now, the biggest mistake you did was call me out and let me hear that. You know what I mean? Because, dude, you know when I see you, I know what you think is going to happen. But I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen right now. Because I already heard your threats and all these kind of things. And that's not what this is about. When I see you, it doesn't matter who you have with you. And it doesn't matter what kind of scene you cause. This is exactly how it's going to go down. I'm going to make sure that I'm recording it. And I'm going to make sure I cause the scene so everybody sees it. Because everybody knows about it. I'm going to find you and I'm going to point at you so you know I'm coming for you. I'm going to walk right up to you in front of everybody. And I'm going to stick out my hand. I'm going to grab your hand in mine and I'm going to say, brother, all this shtick that you're doing, trying to get yourself over, has really painted you into a corner. You've lost all your friends. All the other pro wrestlers who are on your network and left and cut your income in half because of the things you were doing. It's okay with me. As long as you own it and start to work on yourself.
And just again, thank you again, Jeff, for coming on. Had a great time there, man. You know my man, you know their man. You would make my honor to come back again to New Generation Declassified.
It would make my life and my honor if I could come on Cafe and the Marks.
Oh, yeah, I got another interview, man. I got to run.
I'm sorry. I got to go, guys. I got to go.
Hey, fellas, I got to get off right now. I got to go do another tape in about 15 minutes. I got to go get ready for it. But if you guys need anything anytime, you just let me know, okay?
Mike Durbin was insistent that I plug the Get My Go Christmas party coming this weekend. Multiple guests. It was a merry time had by all. Everyone had their Christmas sweater on and all that. So.
Wait, it's time out.
Yo.
The Get My Go Christmas party?
Yeah, we had a Get My Go Christmas
That's
party.
probably as boring as a Halloween party. Let me guess.
Like how long has this show been going on?
We're up to 30 episodes about.
talking
You guys
about a
having a
guy
Christmas-
nobody knows about.
And
Nobody
You having a
cares.
Christmas party episode?
He's going to take it and chop it into 3 episodes. And Get My Go just cracked into the audio podcast world as well. So you can find that everywhere if you want to listen to it and not
These
see
guys actually have mugs and shirts, Disco.
It's ridiculous.
growing in leaps and bounds. So check out
The
Get My
marks are taking over the industry.
Check out Get My Go on YouTube and on podcast providers.
Okay, this is for everybody and the Christmas party and everything that has to do with this. I don't want to see that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Are we doing the drum roll? This is big. My drum roll is shaking the camera. Johnny Podcasting. This is huge. Huge. Monumental. This is unprecedented. This is the biggest Christmas that we've ever had. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have to take this to a different place now. Because, Johnny, you've done something special. You've kept it up. Not only have you kept it up, you've grown it. It's gotten bigger. It's gotten wider. You know, you're reaching so deep in there now that people are really feeling it. And part of it is because of your soothing, natural voice on the podcast, but part of it is also because of those eyebrows. People can sense well-done eyebrows through the phone. And now mine aren't well done right now, but my boyfriend typically keeps them up okay. If he wasn't there, though, I would look a mess. Either way, what has happened and what is true now, Johnny Podcasting, is you had 130% more downloads this year. That's a record. And I think 2021, people are even going to be in a better mood. And you might even go higher. People love podcasting. I love it. I listen to them all day. They're in my ears. You've done it. The Get My Go show hit me up and said, hey, we got to let Johnny Podcasting know how much they've done. And I'm here to tell you, it's the most, and keep doing it. All my love.
The next was from Jay Bach, a friend of the show. Subject is Christmas presents. Season's greetings from the great state of Texas. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. P.S. Conan and Disco missed one hell of a GMG Christmas party. What's the GMG
Okay,
Christmas
Get My Go.
Oh, yes. First,
We're not
right. He
answering
just,
anything.
Yeah, we're not answering this. This is a clever way to try to get that in there.
Right.
Yeah, we're not.
You got mega heat. You're also suspended a week. Jay Baca. Hey, put it down, Joe. Jay Baca and the other guy, whatever his name was.
Jodan Pabon.
Jodan Pabon, 1 week.
Like I said, thank you as always for listening. If you want to reach out, you can reach out on Twitter, HB_presents, HB_show. You can catch me on Get My Go, support that channel, subscribe, and like the videos on that YouTube channel. Mike's a everybody, as everyone says, Mike's a fantastic video editor, and now the show's on podcast, so you can check out our older episodes on the podcast. I hope you consider supporting the show that way. And
I'm already laughing.
Mike, bro, these sons of bitches.
What are they doing?
Urban and Company tricked me into following Get My Go.
Vinny,
Listen, I was purposely not following the sons of bitches because then I would be what is it called?
You're rooked in, Vinny.
When you egg somebody on, like what are you doing when you're egging them on?
That's it. You're roping them in. You're egging them on. That's I don't even know what's.
I purposely was not going to follow them because I'm not going to condone their behavior. All right, bro?
Nobody's condoning anything. We had the best show. We had the best show last week.
I put out there, if you follow me on Twitter and you show me you're following me on YouTube, I will follow you on Twitter. Get My Go, sons of bitches, followed me, and I had to follow Get My Go.
Vinny, listen, I wasn't even about this, and then yet it is just it's just so much fun, and I haven't said.
Monk said, Get My Go should be canceled immediately. Flag that show 3 times. Durbin, sons of bitches, we're among your most loyal supporters. Sons of bitches, he said it twice. What's he stuttering over there?
Like,
you tricked me, Mike. You tricked me. You didn't do it above board, bro. Now I'm guilty. What is it? Guilty by association? Yeah, because now they're gonna say, "Oh well, you follow them. You follow them. You follow them."
Cousin Craig.
Durbin says episode 31 will now be focused on Snofmus. I know Snofmus, bro, because Snofmus comes in the Discord on Patreon. Durbin says Vince put a Get My Go over to me privately. Publicly, he has to condemn it because he fears getting emails later.
Why would you read that, Vinny? Why would you read that?
I got a dozen shows, and I'll tell you, 60-70% of my mind, you know it's on Keeping It 100.
97% of the attention is to the Get My Go show. 2% is to Keep It 100, and 1% is to the rest of the guys at Creative Control Network.
Just so you know, there's mugs for that show. We don't even have mugs. They have mugs.
Yeah. Like there's personalized dog leashes that Mike wanted to come out with, so it has the Get My Go logo up and down the leash.
What do you think Get My Go dating app? What type of girls do you think you can get?
Mike, I think he's got tattoos.
I'm looking for a girl that collects Alexa Bliss figurines.
Yeah.
Looking for a girl who likes to Get My Go show.
It's possible. There's a few ladies that comment in the YouTube section. Speaking of which, Get My Go.
Bro, I saw this thing that they had, and I don't know what show it's from, but I'm assuming it's that one. They had like 10 guys that looked like a massive sausage party, and they all had Christmas hats on.
Yeah.
Okay? And I was like,
wait. Here's the
this is sad.
Bro, did you hear what Durbin did to me on Get My Go, Jeff?
What did he do on that ridiculous
Twitter?
show?
That son of a gun.
What do you do?
They put it in the latest episode.
I would not follow Get My Go because I cannot condone that type of behavior.
Right.
So I would not follow Get My Go.
Right.
Even though it's the same behavior we do on Castrating the Marks.
So what did they do?
So I put out a tweet saying, if you follow my YouTube channel, I will follow you here on Twitter. And Get My Go followed my YouTube channel, so I had to follow them. Sons of bitches, bro. See?
Why did you follow them?
Because
you
I
should just put with exceptions.
I can't go
You
against.
can't follow everybody. If you follow a child predator or something like that, you should put with exceptions. You should actually do a qualifier and post, because you can't properly vet everyone that follows you back. You can randomly decide who you can not follow back at your discretion.
Well, it's too late for that now. So
I'll just unfollow them.
I can't do that's not right. So I'm following Get My Go, but I do not condone the behavior of any of them on that show.
Yeah, same thing we do.
Yeah. I mean, we said that before.
I wish somebody would burn down the Get My Go show. Nothing.
Studio. We're building a studio for it.
Everything.
I would pop if the Christmas episode they set Durbin on fire. Okay. The next one's from Invisible Handjob.
You can check me out on Twitter at JFFeeny3RD and at the CC Network 1, or check out the Pro Wrestling Tee store for myself and Creative Control at ProWrestlingTees.com/.
Wait, nobody was on the Mike Durbin or Hughley show?
Those guys are doing like a show a month now. They've really reduced their output. I know Get My Go eats up Durbin's time. I think Hughesy he gets like the holiday blues or something. He's always a bummer around this time of year, so I don't know what that's about.
Mike, what's going on with this Get My Go lately?
Are you sure you want to mention that?
Is this guy still doing his show?
They are putting out shows, yes.
Oh, so they're still doing the show.
Yeah, it's very random though. It's not like they're not on a set schedule like they used to be.
Does he still make fun of my show?
Dude, you want to know something? You know what I found today? Thanks to who was it? Chris Karam. I got to shout him out. He let me know that there is a location that you can still find all the shows that they thought they deleted. There's an episode I knew about. I remember listening to it like 2 years ago, and it had both of the gentlemen on there. And dude, they are just ripping you to shreds.
But Russo, he loves your money. He loves to make it seem like you're his best friend. As long as you're sending him those records, like as long as you're paying his mortgage, and like as long as you're, what are those things called on Twitch?
Oh, bits.
Bits.
Jeff
can't handle constructive criticism, and then he goes on to be a bitch about it. He got what he got, man. He got what he deserved.
Well, like the sad part about it is that if he removed his head from Vince's rectum, he wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, why did they delete all the shows though?
I guess they got sick of us, exposing them.
Yeah.
So they thought they deleted this one feed, but we found them all. So we have everything. But there's one in particular, one episode, I remember it. They go at you like you would never believe, man. I want you to come on.
Like what?
You gotta hear it. You gotta hear. I want you to come on our show.
Ocho, can I tell you something?
You know what? That would be like a great Halloween outfit next year for me. I'm gonna take the kids out and dress like Super Callow.
You just got to find somebody to make you a Super Callow mask. I bet you could find one on the internet.
Yeah, which I could probably literally contact Conan and he could probably hook me up with somebody. I kid you not.
There you go. Hook it up. Yeah, KOGG.
Cog.
What the hell?
What in the world?
Someone should email the show as Chris Martin and ask if Conan if he could procure them a Super Callow. Apparently, Martin just thinks Conan just sits around and stitches them up and sells them. What the heck's the stupidest thing I've ever heard?
Okay, this is from Christopher Mart, and the subject is Super Callow Mask. Hey there, Disco and Kogan. Sit down, sit up. It smells like cake. Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing.
Well, if you can't spell my name, then we may not be reading this shit.
Hey there, Disco and Kogan. Sit down, sit up. What you're doing, Buttercup?
What?
K-O-G-G. I know that you're K-O-G-G. He puts in capital letters.
Okay, I'm not going to answer this.
I know that you were.
My name.
I'm going to read it anyway.
Right.
I know that you were probably literally best friends with Super Callow back in the days of WCW. I was thinking of being Super Callow for Halloween next year. That being said, would you be able to hook me up to get a Super Callow mask? I hope and pray that both of you have a great Christmas, and please remember that Jesus is the reason for the season. We're here not only to transpire, but to inspire. Brother Martin.
What's this guy's name?
Christopher Martin.
He's the guy that works with John Wangland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
well,
I don't
it's
know.
a scam.
Well, what you should do, because you sound like a fucking jabron, is you should wear an Evil Uno mask and go out like that for fucking Halloween next year.
Oh, this is what Joe did. So
you're gonna butcher my name. Your letters will not be read. You're a mark. Go ahead.
The one guy's complaining that you're a scam and that you cry poor and you're begging for money. He actually used the words that you're begging for money. Then at the end of that episode, there's a pre-recorded clip of the guy begging for money for himself.
Brothers and sisters, I'm one of those people that are falling right now, meaning I have a medical condition called spinal stenosis and degenerative disc disease, which means that I have 3 ruptured discs. That's right. So what I'm asking for you to do is please help me by donating to my surgery fund.
And you know what that was for. But it's like, dude, they have no self-awareness. Like, they can't even realize the hypocrisy. They're calling you beggar and scam artist, and then minutes later, they're doing the same thing.
And then they say, but we don't want your money. It's like they're sitting in a room talking to each other. They happen to hit record, but they forgot they did hit record.
Yeah, it is preposterous. It's the very definition of preposterous.
Mike's, everyone puts over Mike's editing and production, and I think
he's amazing.
Like it is so amazing, but like the key thing is his creativity.
Yes.
It's the most important factor to this. The way he goes, yes, if I put this picture here during this soundbite, or I fade in this picture at this time, or and then the Get My Ghost song, which we could probably talk about that a bit later in more depth, but the Get My Ghost song is just so brilliant and creative. Mike Durbin's just, I can't put him over enough of just how such a good job he's done in just evolving this show, and to go back and watch them all the way through, go back through all the episodes and watch the production value grow and get better and better. Hats off, Durband. You are a genius, man.
And I want to formally invite you on Get My Go as our honored guest.
Thanks, Mike. It's about time you invited me on.
You don't have to comment. You can sit there muted.
Isn't it just going to stir these guys up all over again, bro?
Who cares? Who cares? Listen, you don't even have to comment on it. I just want to see your face. You can let your face be the reaction. You have to, dude. You have to hear the shit that these guys say about you.
Let's have some fun. Let's talk about some good old-fashioned wrestling.
And joining us is the newest member of the Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops team. He's doing a great segment every week called the Pro Wrestling Rundown. We got Corey effing Ryan with us tonight. What is up, Mr. Ryan? Welcome to Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops, and welcome to the team, buddy. It's good to have you a part of everything. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Happy to be a part of the team. As one of my favorites used to say, let's burn it down.
Next one is from Jay Baca. Subject is college football. Season's greetings from the great state of Texas. Fresh off my 1 week stint in the K100 mailbag jail for mentioning a certain YouTube show Christmas party. I've got a sports question for you. Do we banned him for mentioning that they Get My Go?
Yeah, he tried to covertly plug.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So he was banned for a week.
Good. Hope he learned his lesson.
I was probably about 20 feet away from the cliff. So, oh shit, something muted.
Oh, no, that's me. I mute myself when people come in the room so that way people don't hear over us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next one's from Willie McRibber. Subject is What Up? What up, JoJo, the superior one and the great KO-double-G? Thanks for the great KG-free content each week. Listening to him on the rehash shows makes JoJo sound like a superstar. JoJo has a level of ethnicity to him that is unmatched.
What? Authenticity?
Ethnicity. The immense... No. Your ethnicity is unmatched because you're white and you don't like any of the black wrestlers.
That's that is unmatched.
Compliments for Disco. Wow, I'm telling you, Disco's haircut posts are the highlight of everyone's life, and it really shores at the top of K100 each week during the plugs. My question is, what was it like for the first time you met Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart? Lots of fans say they're great to meet and make them feel like one of their buddies or like a great good friend.
And he said, "No problem, buddy." I was just like, oh my God, he called me buddy.
Thanks, Willie McRibber, HFCE for life.
I have a very good grasp and understanding of a lot of things because I really engulfed myself into the podcasting world and I love it.
Get My Go, as you know, is an audio podcast now as well. And last week it was episode 32 that was released.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Bro, so how many episodes before you run out of stuff to talk about these guys? Or do they keep doing episodes and you just keep listening to them?
Yeah, endless material. But I've been saying let's get a new subject here, but they keep creating such dopey content that it makes it easy to keep parodying them.
Fuck. You don't want to see The Fiend versus Goldberg in a rematch?
Hell no, I don't, because they ruined Mystique by having him lose to Goldberg in Saudi Arabia.
And I know the one character that you guys kind of heel on actually thought he was going to be my co-host. So that's interesting because I've never spoken to him.
Well, see, in his mind, in his world, you don't actually have to speak to him or have an agreement with him before he'll go on the air and start saying that he's going to be the new Jake the Snake co-host. You know, he never spoke to Jake the Snake.
God, I don't know if it was a year or so ago. I was telling Joe, why are you giving this guy the rub? Why are you giving him the time of day? Just ignore him. I'm like, you know, you're bigger than him. You're giving him publicity. Why even waste your time? I was way wrong on that because this show is freaking hilarious, you know, and you know, those guys saw the entertainment there, and I mean, props to them, all three of them. They're geniuses. I think the way they do that show.
Basically, like Bruce Mitchell, he's one of those guys that have to kiss ass just to get any form of attention whatsoever, similar to certain groups that bully us. But continue.
All those things might be on the list, Disco, but you know, everything besides like the T-shirt store, the Creative Control Network, me co-hosting Raven's show, it's all your guys' fault. Everything grew from this show.
It's not our fault. We didn't tell you to do it.
You should put yourself on the list.
I am. You know, you did all that. Get My Go. Let's have a Get My Go mug. Let's put a handball on the Creative Control
Get My Go
thing.
Christmas special show.
Oh, that's wonderful. Valentine's Day specials next.
Take I don't know who from Vince Russo and
Get My Go Valentine's special coming up show.
Adam Husey is not talented enough for my network. That is a fact. So that's a fact. He's not talented enough to entertain a fucking deaf person. So there you go.
Is he a compulsive liar, or is there something wrong?
He's a compulsive everything.
Because if there's something wrong, I can't make fun of people. Like I just can't. I can't do that. But if they lie, it's like, okay, all gloves.
Yeah, it's a lot of lying and deception and smoke and mirrors. So yeah,
definitely smoke and mirrors. Without
I thought he was going to say smoke and crack.
Well,
there's been rumors.
Oh my. Okay.
I would like to dispel that rumors, though.
Disco, do you say that Joe might be our version of a light Jeff Lane? Because you know how Jeff doesn't watch the product, but and Joe watches it very little.
Well, Joe's very busy with his Get My Go show, where Jeff is busy playing video games on Twitch.
It's the same way that I laugh at Meltzer or I laugh, at Keller's booking. It's the same stuff. Yeah, I laugh at that stuff. And then I laugh even more when, Hughesy's making his comments about it, or Durbin puts in his clips, or Joe's sitting there, going like this and shaking his head. And I don't know. I think it's comedy gold. I really do.
Through Tupac, Dre, he had a huge effect on me. So, yes.
Interesting. Hey, well, hey, it's like they say, it's what's Lotto's motto there? Hey, you never know, man. I never knew that you were a big Dr. Dre and Tupac fan, but nothing wrong with that. I'm not a rap guy myself, so I don't really know what much of the rap world or anything that's going on out there. But I do know Dr. Dre. I do know Tupac, and they always had pretty decent rap music from what I've heard. Even though I'm not a big rap fan, but Dr. Dre got COVID.
Bro, you don't know what to do with yourself.
I think they're trying to Get My Go. And I was on Get My Go, downloadable on iTunes, Spreaker, and it's on YouTube, only audio, because Mike Durband said, we're only doing audio unless we have a big guest. Meanwhile, here's Ocho showing up after getting big league, and he's like, yeah, when we have a big guest, we'll do video, but I'm going to do audio for Ocho. What a guy.
And Get My Go is available in audio form on all your podcast providers. Mike's not doing them for a video every week. It took him too much time, I guess. So only very special episodes will be video.
Boy, God knows he doesn't have any time. He's so busy. Like Jeff.
If you ever watched one of those, you would see how much shit it's like a professionally produced show. It's unbelievable. Mike does a really good job, but I swear to God. But that's it.
Don't worry, I'm here. I'm ready. So let's fucking do this.
What do you call it? Get My Go is available as a video podcast on YouTube and also an audio podcast everywhere you can find your shows. The recent guests included Rad Rob from the Rad Turtles podcast. Rad Rob, he's been
what a brutal name.
He's been expanding his.
Go ahead.
He's been expanding his rad workload as he now does some stuff with the Hameen Media Group as well.
Rad workload.
We're all cross-pollinating. You also have the Chad.
Don't procreate. You can pollinate all you want. Don't procreate.
You also have the Chatster on there. He's from the Francine show.
The Chatster and what's the other guy's name? The Radster?
Rad Rob. The Radster, yeah. It's out of control. And, of course, the Aussie guy, Dean, was the other guest on there. He is...
the Aussie guy, Dean. Who's this guy?
He is...
First of all, who's that?
He was a former podcaster. He's kind of got out of the game, but he's like an improvisational comedian type. And he's a good guy to have on to come up with some funny lines, like the Jackie Martling of Get My Go, if you will. Eyes Up Here with Francine. There's actually an appearance by Mike Durbin on the show. Mike Durbin is the guest on Francine.
What would Mike Durbin be doing on that show?
Francine, from what I've seen and heard, is a Get My Go fan.
My God!
So
what happened to her?
She called it "Get My Go."
Why is that?
She discovered it through her co-host, the Chadster. Of course, you know who the Chadster is. And
this is no.
I'll get you a clip next week, so you know I'm not making this up. Francine said, "Get My Go" is comparable to the ECW of podcasting, is what she said. So that's one.
She did take a lot of bumps in ECW, and a couple through tables, and a couple to the pit bulls. Sat her on their shoulders, and off the third, and
total
so
elimination.
She might have a little bit. And I'm not trying to say anything bad here, like dementia, maybe a little bit, or something like that.
Yeah. But so Mike Durbin's on Eyes Up Here with Francine, and then
we question your taste, Francine.
So they put out an episode where they did a watch along of like a September '96 Nitro, and the one guy, Johnny Podcasting, he's severe. He's on something. You don't know what it is, but he's on some kind of downers and he's slurring his words and he's saying the F word every sentence, and it's just so foul. And this is a guy who claims to be a minister.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they both do. One, Johnny Podcasting says he's an ordained minister, and then the other guy is he calls himself a youth pastor.
Oh geez, well I wouldn't want him teaching my children anything.
No.
That's for
I've never been a fan of the Bruce Pritchard, Dusty Rhodes impression to begin with, so I can't really stomach it as it was, but it sucks.
I used to like his impression, but now when I hear it, I think of Brother Martin, who does his impression of Bruce Pritchard doing the Dusty impression. So now just the whole thing is a catastrophe for me whenever I hear it.
I meant to say that on the last episode is I cannot stand the little rap, the Dusty Rhodes rap.
And stop with what you're playing and walk down that aisle with style and profile and realize that guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we are now closed. That's right. So if you would, please bring your final purchases to the front, if you will.
It's horrible. It's not good. And if I was in a Walmart where somebody was doing that, I would go up to wherever the speaker was and take it out of his hands and hang up the phone right in front of his face. It is so freaking terrible. I actually would rather listen to the Bruce Pritchard's impression.
So as always, thank you for shopping at Wally World, better known as Walmart, and have a safe, blessed, joyous, and wonderful night. And remember, you are beautiful and you are blessed.
It's so uncreative.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, outside of maybe one random wrestling fan that's walking through a Walmart at 10 o'clock at night when they're closing, people must think he's like special. If they hear that, they're like, what? They let the special kid do the announcements for the evening. It was Make-A-Wish Day at Walmart, and they let the special kid do the announcement.